Mike Santos is the guy behind the account, MLB Random Spotlight.
Happy to be a provider of good grid guesses.
When we said this is your grid guy, this is your grid guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ordinary Effort, where a bunch of random guys get some random baseball players and try not to biff the grid. Mike here with my buddy Josh, and we are jumping over to grid 316, and the word random is fitting for this grid. We have another special guest on with us today. Josh, what do we have?
Yeah, this is a cool one. So the Instagram account MLB Random Spotlight is one of the first accounts we followed when we set up our account, and Mike Santos is the guy behind the account. This is like the spot you should follow if you need to find those like random players that you want to use on your grid. So when we saw this account, we thought this was just like the perfect person to have on. He also appears on the podcast MLB Hall of Good, so check that out. But yeah, let's bring him on. Mike, thanks for coming on with us.
Hello, folks. I'm happy to be here. Glad to be invited to the show. And yeah, as you said, happy to be a provider of good grid guesses, even if it's
Yeah.
not intentional.
Man,
Yeah.
your stuff is like a one-stop shop. Like you'll post, especially if it syncs up with that day's grid. I'm like, I gotta put this guy on the grid. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, with that in mind, I mean, speaking of the grid, we should probably jump in. Mike,
Yeah.
obviously, we got two mics here. So Mike
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Santos,
distinguish
yeah.
here.
You obviously a Yankees fan. I am as well. I mean, is there a box that sticks out for you? You want to start and kick it off, or
Yeah, I think I'll start off in order here because Yankees and Guardians, Indians. I have some guess because obviously it is fun just like thinking and pondering about legends and stuff or easy names. But I try every time I do this, I try to go for that low score
yeah?
as fast as possible. I don't want to biff the grid, as you say.
Can't
But
do it.
quite frankly, I do have a couple of names in mind here that are
Yeah.
pretty kind of new, but not really old school names. I don't think there should be a high percentage on these.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Yankees in Cleveland, I remember when this is one of those with the many MLB players that I'm fortunate enough that follows me on the Instagram. Uh, there was a reliever or start reliever, yeah, by the name of Tyler Olson
Oh,
from the in the 2010s. Yankees, Indians. I believe he might have played one or two other teams, but I remember him as a Yankee, and then he was in Cleveland. Esmil Rogers would also be a good guess. Played in
yeah.
Colorado too. He might be a good one for the below.
Oh,
And it just came to me. Nick Goody
oh
was a
wow.
Yankee.
Mm.
A lot of yeah, the Andrew Miller trade really as well a big
Mm.
factor in these.
Yeah, that is a really good strategy. We try a lot to think about those trades. Like I was gonna say Miller, but I wish I could think about. I mean, it's a good one to think about the guys who went back in return. I mean, if off the bat, Tyler sounds like a great one. Especially like,
Yeah,
got to give a shout out if he follows you. Like that's an awesome
yeah,
one. I mean,
I've gotten very lucky with these ball players. Like the other day, Brett Saberhagen followed me, so that's a
I saw
huge.
that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
nice.
We actually used him on one of our grids. I think I
yeah,
forget which one it is, but
I've
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
gotten I've gotten real lucky with these players. So yeah, I think Tyler Olson's a good shout.
Tyler
yeah,
Olson.
I'm good with it. Nice. I don't remember him with the Yankees, but yeah, I'm pumped to use it. Yeah,
All right.
nice.
Oh,
There we go.
0.01%. Coming
Yeah,
in hot.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
nice.
I was gonna say like Jabba Chamberlain or
Yeah,
like
Oh, that's a good one too.
Shane Spencer or like
Yeah,
Grayson,
and
yeah,
but
yeah,
this
and
is
Jabba played for almost the whole AL Central as well. So
yes,
that's
yeah.
yeah. It's
That's
very
oh
true.
wow, yeah.
You shouted out a guy for Yankees Rockies. I mean, the obvious ones people are gonna like mention are like Tulowitzki, LeMahieu. Obviously, we
Tulowitzki.
want to try to
Yeah,
stay away from
Matt
those.
Holiday.
Tulowitzki, man. I mean, really
Ma-
wanted him to have a better career. Holiday for sure. But you mentioned
yeah,
Ismail, yeah, but that might be a good one.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it was Ismail Rogers, you said?
yeah. Esmil Rogers, another name that came
Esmail.
to me. Yeah,
Esmail.
go
Okay,
for
I
it.
remember the name. Let's just go. Yeah, let's do it.
Go for it. Ooh,
0.06%.
another another name that came to me right now, Matt Daly, who only because I have another baseball card thing. 2011 tops, like a lot of these obscure guys. honestly just thanks to cards that have kind of just educated me on them.
Yeah.
If it
Okay.
weren't for cards, I wouldn't be half the guy I am right now.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Matt Daly, which is this for? Is this Mets
No, it
Yankees?
would have, yeah, Yankee Rocky, another one I had
Oh,
in
Yankees
Okay.
Rockies.
yeah,
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, might as well keep going down the
I mean,
column.
yeah.
Yankees, Mets.
Yes, I love these all teams ones. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Yankees Mets. No, I have a good guess here, but it's not the one I want to use. I just want to shout him out because I like them. Ike Davis.
yes,
Oh
that was
yeah.
my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ike
Yeah.
Davis. I remember him in the
Yeah.
Mets. I liked him. I was very fond of Ike Davis.
Yeah.
Of
Fun.
course, his
No, go
yeah.
ahead. Good.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Ike Davis story. So a buddy of mine from high school used to live in Arizona and played travel ball or something growing up with Ike Davis. And when Davis made his Mets debut, we got tickets to that game and went to that game. So, but I do
Nice.
remember he spent like a very short amount of time on the Yankees at the end of his career,
Oh
right?
man, yeah, I have a good couple of live game facts like that I've been to. I've only been to like five. Yeah,
Oh
that's fun.
wow.
It's crazy enough because I don't live in like the States actually. So I've only
Really?
been to
Okay.
like four Yankees games and a Mets game. But the Mets game
Wow.
was really close to home plate, so I had a blast.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome. That's
And this was
awesome.
2018, so this was Batista on the Mets.
Mm,
Right,
The
right.
Dodgers
Joey
beat him up,
Bats.
but it was great.
I mean,
yeah.
The Mets,
Yeah, I like the
that's,
Mets. They're number two next to the Yankees. I do like the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
the name that I'm gonna use here, who could also be could have been Yankee in Cleveland, 86 Mets legend, a big 80s Mets, Rafael Santana,
okay.
who had
Yeah.
he had a bit of a Yankees run too.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that one.
And he was in I think Cardinals as well. So yeah, that's my guess for
What
this one.
when you said 86 Mets, I mean we obviously like Strawberry, David Cohn, like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
Doc
yeah,
Gooden are all would all fit here too. But that's I
as
like that
well.
one a
Yeah,
lot better. Yeah, I like this a
yeah,
lot better. You want to go
Yeah.
with Santana?
yeah. I'm going with Santana.
Let's do Santana.
Yeah.
All right,
0.8%. We got
not bad, not bad.
three hidden gems in a row to start us off. That's a triple
Yeah.
play. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
love that. All right.
love it. And
Where now
okay,
this we have like this is wide open.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So many options for sure. You want to keep going in order? I mean, I love
We
these
could.
boxes.
We
Or if
could.
you've got somewhere you want to go,
You can throw me a curveball just to side me one, just out of fun.
let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the row that bugs me is Rockies, I'll be honest. Like that, I feel
Okay.
like that's the one. So I mean, maybe let's knock that out. Maybe go
Rockies. Okay.
cross Rockies third base. I mean, Mike, either Mike, I guess. I mean, rattle it off. I mean, yeah.
Josh, I know I was talking to you about this before, and I think we were looking at a Rockies grid not that long ago. But there's a guy that I had on my fantasy radar because he was supposed to get catcher eligibility. I think I talked about him before, but Jordan Pacheco he had a couple of
Mm,
games
oh,
at catcher, but he did play some third base. I think he moved around a little bit.
Oh, I do remember him as a catcher, yeah.
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 Mike, what do you have here? Because I feel like
Okay, yeah,
Pacheco's a
because
decent one, but
obviously, yes, the easiest ones here, obviously, Arenado, McMahon,
Yeah.
Vinny Castilla.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do remember this particular from mid 2010s Rockies. For some reason, I do remember a lot of random guys from those teams, especially homegrown. And there was a Rafael Ynoa. There's
Mm,
another factor in me knowing a lot of players was I played a lot of MLB The Show, but specifically
okay.
16.
Okay.
Okay.
Why and
So
oh, this guy right here.
yeah,
I was
Wow.
gonna
Rafael
say,
Ynoa.
yeah, I recognize the last name, and now I'm realizing maybe I recognize one of these other guys with the name, but Rafael, yeah, I mean, I short career too. So, is
Yeah.
he was he a Rockies like prospect or
I think he pretty much stayed his entire time with the Rockies.
okay?
Not much time to shine because Arenado was still
Mm,
dominating that
Yeah,
spot.
yeah, yeah. I like that. I mean, you
I
also
love that.
obviously like for the guys following, like LeMahieu is the one here too. But I love, I think let's do it. I think that's the one. Yeah,
Mhm.
Raphael,
nice.
point
Love it.
zero two.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, love
I
it.
mean,
Let's finish out this Rockies row.
yeah.
Yeah, second base Rockies. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, right now it was Brendan Rodgers. He's not, well, he's still there. Garrett
Right.
Hampson, I believe, was
Hampson.
there.
I
Yep,
wonder
he
if
was.
we talked about Tulowitzki. I just wonder like sometimes with these boxes, I'm like, did they ever play the other position? You know, like did Tulo might have played second base
Mm.
one game for the Rockies. You know, that's a risk a little bit, but
Daniel
um
Murphy played
yeah.
in Colorado. Do you remember
Yeah, Daniel, I remember that. Yeah.
do you remember Jamie Carroll? He was like a utility
I
infielder.
do remember the
Like,
name Jamie Carroll. I believe he was on a Hall of Fame ballot even.
is he really? I think he
I
had some
Wow.
think
time with
so.
the Dodgers. He probably bounced around a bit, but I'm pretty sure he played a year or two in Colorado, and I'm pretty sure he was a middle infielder. Um,
Okay. Well,
but
Nice.
yeah,
I have a couple names here because they're obviously from the same era as was there was a Daniel Castro who was around the same years, but I want to do a bit of variety. I remembered one of the guys I've posted before on my account, Aaron Miles,
Mhm.
who
yeah,
was
didn't
Dodger Cardinal.
Blue Jays too, right? Oh
Was
no, I
he?
might be thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, maybe, but I know no Rockies, Dodgers, Cardinals. Aaron
Okay,
Miles.
Aaron Miles. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's my guess for this one.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
Let's
I
do
say
it.
throw it down. We named a
Yeah,
bunch of names there, but Aaron, I love Aaron Miles. I think yeah, it's going to be a good one. One
Well,
1%.
that's all
Okay,
right.
percent.
All right.
Why does 1% feel like
come
garbage after
on.
these gems? I'm like, gotta be.
I'm surprised, honestly.
Me
Yeah,
too, actually.
People
Yeah,
remember Aaron Miles, but yeah, shall we
yeah.
go Cleveland or New York?
Let's
let's go.
I suspect between the two of you, you guys are going to close out the Mets pretty well. I
I
mean, let's
I do have.
let's do Cleveland. Maybe
No problem.
Cleveland third base. Yeah,
Well, obviously, you think Jose Ramirez. I
of
know Brooke
course.
Jacoby is someone you
Mm,
might think about.
mhm.
Also,
What about
yeah,
Lonnie Chisenhall played some
Chisholm.
third
He
for
did. Oh, I was also
for the
thinking Urshela when he debuted. He was a Cleveland
yes, he
Urshela.
product.
Yeah,
was.
that is
So,
true. Yeah.
Sorry, who was that other guy you said after Jose Ramirez though? Some Jacoby?
Brooke Jacoby from the '80s, but I think he was better known. No,
Mm,
I think Brooke Jacoby was a bit more known because he was kind of a slugger.
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was
good too.
him and Joe Carter, kind of that era, Corey Snyder.
Okay.
So I wouldn't throw that one out there because they might that one might be known.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of him. Like I'm not
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
It's
say.
I'm good with
look,
like the
yeah,
last 20 years more so, but like you get into the
yeah.
80s and it's
It's baseball cards again. Like honestly, baseball
yeah.
card. I had many baseball cards like even years before I actually got into baseball. So those baseball cards educated me quite literally.
Mm,
Okay.
But I
trying
have
to
a
think.
name in mind.
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
that's a bit after Brooke Jacoby, but this is a guy who I'll definitely be posting sometime around. He played a bunch of teams in the '90s. There was a guy called Jeff Manto.
Okay.
Jeff
Yeah,
Manto.
I don't think people are putting Jeff on the
Jeff
grid. So
Manto.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
I the
'90s
name
ran to 2000. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
and I always get confused when I try to think about him for grid because I have a Fleer card that has him in the Angels as a rookie, but he
Mm.
never played for the Angels. So I get confused.
Oh,
It's one of those
yeah.
trick cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I love
Yeah,
that.
and Mike, I'm good with it. Let's do
Yeah,
Jeff
I
I
think
mean,
Manto.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
Let's
he
yeah.
had
do
a
it.
yeah.
0.1%, another hidden gem.
I think it helped because I think he had a bunch of runs with Cleveland, like multiple, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
So now second base.
This is shaping up to be a great grid. Yeah,
Yeah, we're doing okay.
second base, Cleveland.
Yeah, because Cleveland
So
second base, I think Jose Ramirez started at second base, right?
He did play some second
yeah,
base when he came. He played second, third, short, and some outfield when he first came up, and
Yeah,
then he,
they just had him everywhere and then he just became the franchise of the
yeah,
so
uh
Kipnis. I
Kipnis,
think a
that's
lot
the
of
guy.
guys will remember
Kipnis.
I feel like
Alomar.
Alomar. Yeah, I was about to say it's a black hole after Kipnis, but no, Alomar, yeah,
What about
Yeah.
Jeff Kent? Spent some time in Cleveland
Oh,
that's
at
true.
second base. I feel like Jeff
yeah.
Kent is weird. Like every time I use Jeff Kent on the grid, unless it's for like, obviously Giants, he was probably pretty well known for playing there, but like the other teams he played for are often reasonably low scores. I'm trying to think of like
Here's one. There, I don't know. It's a guy I was tracking in fantasy a little bit because he was going to get a call up. I don't know if he got the call up this year. Rocchio, right? Is that how you say his last
right.
name?
Yeah.
And
He's around, yeah.
right. So middle infielder. I think he probably got some run at second base. So I'm not positive.
My only thought on him is that I I was looking at fantasy pickup like this
Yeah.
weekend. I don't think he has second base. I'm not saying he hasn't played
Okay.
second base, but I think he still only has
Yeah.
shortstop eligibility as of the time we're recording. So he hasn't played
Yeah.
enough
Good
at
to
second
know.
base. Maybe he had an inning. I mean, the other guy, oh, I just lost it. Not Rocchio. Was it Tyler
Tyler
Freeman?
Freeman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of which, I think there was a Mike Freeman that played for Cleveland as well,
I
who was
remember
at
the
second
name.
base.
I remember the name. I can't place team or position though, so that's not
Huh.
helpful.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
But
I like a lot. I like a couple of the guys we put out there. I honestly wouldn't have thought of Jeff Ken in Cleveland. Like I just think of Giants with him. Um, but I think we named some other names that are probably just as good, if not
yeah,
better.
I
Mike,
think
which one do
yeah,
you want to go with?
I said Mike Freeman, but I have another Mike in hand who I remember from cards as well. There was
Okay,
in the 80s, there was a light hitting infielder. That was Mike Fischlin.
sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
You're gonna have to spell.
we
Yeah.
gotta get ordinary effort. Mike and I have to get our like cards out because this is
I
Oh
impressive
did
man.
stuff.
just. This is the
Um,
guy. I did just recently dig up my binders. Mike Fischlin.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's
Nice.
Look at
0.08%.
at
Yeah,
that
what a
mustache.
headshot, right? I was gonna say, yeah, what a
Listen,
stash.
when we said
Uh,
this is your grid guy, this is your grid guy.
Yeah, like
hey, always,
Wow.
uh,
Mike, you're
uh,
killing it right now.
always. Hey, I love Grid. Right? I remember when Grid came out. I think it took me until like the 100th to start playing it full on, and then I
Same.
yeah.
played it a bunch, and then I lost all my stats for some reason. They
Oh,
just so I stopped playing it, and then I made this account like 2 years ago and gave up after a month. And it was on New Year's Day this year that I went back to it, and then in February I decided, hey, I might as well get back to grids, and I've been doing it since February again, just
yeah.
posting them
Wow.
every week, and it's kind of a bigger chance that like gets me to tag players and stuff because I've just kind of been
Yeah.
on the hunt for every MLB player Instagram possible, and I found
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
seen your stories. I'm like,
it's
oh,
kind
he's
of
got like it's really
I
cool what
guess
he's
I
doing.
guess it's kind of cheating, but you gotta sometimes just research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah.
we've
And
gone after biffing the grid and like looked stuff up. We're like, oh, this guy would have worked. We said him, or
Yeah.
you know,
Totally.
uh, and okay, and I really do like this
Mets.
grade. I like the 316, very Stone Cold Steve Austin vibes here.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say something about that.
Yeah.
So
Mets, let's
Mets,
close it out, I guess.
I
Mets third
I
base.
already I already have my guess for third base because he follows me and he was the first MLB follower that kind of collabed with me. Like,
Oh,
no, he's to this day he's like the only one that actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, this is cool. Can I send you a clip and we'll collab?" So
Sure.
one, yeah,
Who is it?
it was 2015 Met Daniel Muno. Might be yeah,
nice.
Wow.
Daniel. He followed me. He collabed with me. So he's my guess for sure.
Yeah,
He played
Wow.
those positions.
that's a
Okay.
I
good
think
shout.
he could apply for both, but I'll use him at third.
Okay. I was oh wow, that's better than the one everything I thought I had was
Yeah,
not
I
good
love it. I
compared to
love
the
it.
ones you're throwing out. I was gonna say Butch Husky, but I know he played a little third in
Yeah.
his career. I don't know if he played third for the Mets or like later when he was on actually he would have worked for the Rockies too. Um ugh, yeah, no, that's better. That's better. I
I love it. And also, like, I mean, shout out that to him for supporting the creator. And yeah, I love that. I mean, yeah.
Daniel Muno 1 year Mets
Mm,
Oh yeah,
0.03
nice.
percent.
In the Mariners cap. Nice.
yeah. See,
Wow. Okay.
those random stints, But
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
I
All
think he's a
right.
coach now. So let's get this, wrap it
Oh,
up.
let's close it out. Mets
Second
second
base.
base with the Mets. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Actually, we talked Daniel Murphy before, but he's easy.
Easy.
yeah.
And was Cas Matsui a Met?
He was. He started his career with the
Yeah,
Mets.
I don't wanna use. I feel like there's an underground people that like a cult following of Cas Matsui.
Well, he
Hmm.
hit a home run on like 3 consecutive opening days for the Mets, and that was about his peak with the Mets, I would say. Like that was the coolest thing he did here.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, no, I think you're right because I have put him on this, grid before, and he's not as
Yeah,
rare as I would like him to be. I mean, it's still good shout, but
yeah.
Bud Harrelson was their shortstop. Again, I was thrown out that maybe
But
he,
yeah, Ed
could have played
Charles.
some
I know there was
games.
a Ed Charles in the '60s. I know
okay.
Mm,
too. But
okay.
I've got a couple other
Yeah.
guys.
I have
So
a yeah,
do you remember Travis Blankenhorn? It's probably not that long ago. Travis
yeah.
Blankenhorn was on
It
the
was
Mets a couple of years ago.
very recent. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
like
Hmm.
2021, 2022 maybe.
That's
Um,
a good shout. I have a shout because the first full set of Topps cards I ever had was a well, I still have it at 85 from my uncle. He just left it to me, so it's just sitting around there. So those were the first full sets that I really learned. And yeah, 84, 85 Mets. There's a name I remember because I don't know, he just looked interesting, but he never did much. And Kelvin Chapman.
Wow.
And
Kelvin.
I was gonna think
wow.
Kelvin Torv, who also was a Met, who was the guy who they gave Willie Mays his number, and the fans were mad about it. But I'm not so sure about him at second base. So I think
Okay.
Kelvin Chapman,
Sorry, Calvin or Kelvin?
Kelvin, yeah, Kelvin, like Kelvin Herrera.
Kelvin Chapman.
Yeah. 79. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's close this out.
Two.
A two.
This is
Two.
ridiculous.
I oh, I feel bad about the Aaron Miles one now. The rest of it just looks so
Right?
pretty.
50% of our score
Yeah.
went to Aaron
Yeah.
Miles on this stupid
Right.
1%.
Oh man.
Man,
Wow.
this is
What?
a beautiful grid. Yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hidden gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Man.
Rafael Santana's impressed. Look at that grin. Look at that smirk on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got we got
100%.
we got two. Rafael Santana knows what's up. Yeah, we got 2 triple plays, 8 hidden gems. This is unreal. Honestly, I
Yeah.
thought I knew like deep cut Met names, and
Yeah.
I need to study my cards.
What
I
I
did.
learned today
Yeah,
is, I gotta study my cards. I gotta study my
those
baseball cards. Like,
those deep cut Mets are the best Mets. Like I could talk for hours about the late 2010s Mets pitchers that just kind of fizzled out after a couple years.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Because there was a bunch of them.
there's a
And
yeah.
bunch. There's a ton of Mets that
yeah,
have fizzled out.
my favorite fizzled Met was Kevin Kasmarsky because he played like 2 games in 2018 and that was it. He got
Oh
called up at
man.
the same time as Drew Smith and he's still there.
Oh, Drew
Hmm.
Smith.
Drew Smith, the man.
Ordinary effort on Instagram and TikTok. No other grid is probably going to be as good as this, at least
Yeah.
to date. And again, check Mike out at MLB Random Spotlight on Instagram.
Just great content. I mean, it's an awesome account. Check him out on MLB Hall of Good podcast. But we got to have you back on again. I mean, I dare
Anytime.
to say, let's have you back on and try to beat the two. I mean, like,
Oh,
let's give
sure.
us a chance to study up, and
That's
then
right. Yeah.
we'll have you back on again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime. I'd be welcome for that. I'd be happy to.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rarefied air grid. And they're just, I mean, this is unreal. This is
Yeah.
unreal. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mike. This was great.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.